Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Patty Mac. Getting ready to play a game straight off a really embarrassing loss. Finally got my rating up over 14. Playing some dude, it's 1335, so nothing too crazy. But so just starting off here. Started kingside. I almost do it all the time now, even though when I used to play with my buddy Zach, we were queenside only almost. Probably should have played d4 here and just started with the double pawn and then gone knight f3 and exerted some pressure, but I went knight f3, and I never really play this line. A lot of people played against me, and I don't really like it. Honestly, I don't think I've ever won a game online playing this line, so I don't really know the book on it, but we'll see how it goes. So probably should have just pushed d3 and protected, but I just wanted to go ahead and hurry up and get castled. So I let him take it, I push it, and now what I want to do is go ahead and pin the horse, bring my queen to e2, get the x-ray attack on the king, and then trade off my knight on e5, because he'll take back with his knight, and I can take with the queen, and I'll be sitting pretty good. So, and at this point, he realizes what I was getting ready to do, so he protects, and then I go ahead and exert my pin, just trying some tactics here. Maybe seeing if I can double up his pawn, because that light squared bishop I might as well get rid of. It's locked in on the queen side and can't really get back over to the king side, so it's not as valuable as it once was. So I would probably just trade it off. But at this point, I just kind of got confused on what I need to do. So, well, I will tell you this. So I want to get my knight to c3 and then to d5. I thought that'd be a pretty nice post. It could put some pressure on that c7 pawn, and the only piece he has defending the d5 is his knight on f6. So take that out, and now I can get to my spot. Now, why he moved his queen there on e7, I have no idea, because I'm going right for that c7 pawn. He should have saw that. So now, yeah, he wastes a move. He has to go back. And that bishop on f6 is not really ideal. You really need a knight there if you're going to be cast on kingside. But he can go either way. So didn't want any funny business with his knight, so I pushed that, and he attacked, and that wasn't any big deal. But I did see if he pushes his pawn, his b pawn, I could be in some serious trouble, because my my bishop would have to go all the way back to a2. So I didn't want any funny business, so I'll take that out. And from here I'm thinking, alright, I need to kick that bishop, or if I could get a double attack on that black bishop on f6. But in order to do that, my knight on f3 is guarding a pretty critical square, which is d4. So if I'm going to want to reposition my knight on f6, I got to guard the spot that it used to guard. So I push pawn, and he does this intermediate attack, and now I'm stuck, man. So at this point, I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna kill his bishop. He should have taken back with a queen. He blunders, takes back with a pawn, and now I'm like, you know what? Let's just get it to an end game. He's got double pawns, and I'm feeling pretty good. His king isn't castled. End game. Let's trade off. So this will be everything for the rest of the game. I'm trying to trade off. So he's got a double pawn structure, and so now let's kick the knight. See, I'm starting to reposition my knight. I can get it back to e4, and I'll be sitting pretty. And so here we go. Kick that knight, and check. He has to really, I mean, honestly just offer up the queen. I swap up. That's exactly what I wanted. I want to trade down. So now push that pawn, and I don't know why. Well, if he would have taken, I would have just taken back with the rook, and then come to e4 with my knight, and it would have been looking bad. A lot of pressure on that f6 pawn. So I take, he takes with the horse. I take, and now he has to defend that pawn with the rook. So the rook's completely passive at this point. Hey, let's attack the knight again. Now continue. I can force a trade here, and now I've got the only open file with my rook, and I can go up here and I'm attacking this piece. Now he has to be completely defensive, and now I can get my king out and start doing some work in-game style. So I kick the knight to free up free up some spots, and he's going to try to exert some pressure. And now if he takes with the pawn, I take with my knight, and I check him and fork the other pawn there on h6. So and he offered the trade, which is perfect because it's exactly what I want. And now he's going to try to go over and capture my h3 pawn, which actually works for me, because now I capture the f file, which he wasn't thinking about. I captured the only open file. Now I can get behind his line, his enemy line, and now I'm either going to take and check or take another pawn, and so it's hasta la vista, baby. So here it goes. Take, move up, exert pressure. Now his rook's completely in a defensive mode, and yeah, see, didn't want to take there, just push, and so he goes back. I don't know what he's doing over there, just wasting moves. I'm going to attack that pawn. He protects it. I push this pawn, and at this point he resigned. So not that bad. There was just nothing he could do. I was going to take the pawn on e6 with my king, very next move, and then offer up a trade of the rooks, or just move my king after I take, move it to f7 and just walk my pawn down. So game over.